is the settlement case related to Prince Harry's phone hacking case that led Piers Morgan to quit his TV career. Let's talk about the phone hacking case involving Piers Morgan and the British tabloid The Mirror. In his phone hacking case against British tabloid The Mirror, Prince Harry will receive an interim payout of around $504,000, in addition to substantial additional damages, according to his lawyer, concluding the lawsuit. Mirror Group Newspapers has agreed to pay the Prince damages and all the costs of his claim, including individual and common costs, according to a report from the BBC. Harry's attorney, David Sherburn, made this announcement before a judge in London's High Court on Friday. According to the BBC, later on Friday, Prince Harry is anticipated to get a total of around $379,000 in damages. A judge declared in December that there'd been extensive phone hacking between 2006 and 2011, awarding Prince Harry $180,000. We welcomed December's judgment that gave the business the necessary clarity to move forward from events that took place many years ago, MGN said in a statement to the BBC in reaction to the settlement. We sincerely regret any historical wrongdoing, accept full responsibility, and have made restitution. We're happy to have reached this agreement since it provides our company with additional clarity to move past the events that occurred many years ago, for which we sincerely apologise. In a statement, Harry said he'll continue to fight back against the tabloid press. I believe in the positive change it will bring for all of us, he said in part. It's the very reason why I started this, and why I'll continue to see it through to the end. He also called out former Daily Mirror editor Piers Morgan, saying via his lawyer that Morgan knew perfectly well what was going on. As the judge held, even his employer realised it simply couldn't call him as a witness of truth at the trial. The statement continued. His contempt for the court's ruling and his continued attacks ever since demonstrate why it was so important to obtain a clear and detailed judgment. Harry didn't appear in court as he'd already flown back to his home in California after a 24-hour visit to his father, King Charles III, who recently revealed his cancer diagnosis. In order to concentrate on growing his YouTube channel, Piers Morgan has announced he's leaving his Talk TV evening show. Launched less than 2 years ago, the 58-year-old announced he was relocating his 8 PM programme onto YouTube in order to escape the increasingly unnecessary straitjacket of fixed TV schedules. It's evident that there's a huge global demand for the content we're making, he said to The Times. The commitment to a daily performance at a set time has become an increasingly needless straitjacket, he continued. He also criticised the owners of Talk TV as having a startup mentality and added that the switch to YouTube would allow longer interviews with bigger names, but vowed to keep the show uncensored. The former reality TV judge added, PMU, Piers Morgan Uncensored, has always had a startup mentality, and this decision to take ourselves fully digital now reflects the reality of where our audience is and where we need to be singularly focused. It will make perfect sense to anyone who understands the way modern media, especially TV, is going, and no sense to dinosaurs stuck in their blinkered old ways. One thing won't change though, I'll keep it uncensored. The Piers Morgan Uncensored YouTube channel has built up a huge audience of 2.35 million subscribers since 2022, and his high-profile interview with the Prime Minister quickly gained nearly 400,000 views since being posted on Monday. Uncensored launched in 2022 with an explosive interview with its first guest, former American President Donald Trump, and formed part of the primetime launch of Talk TV, a venture from News UK, which publishes The Times and The Sun. Other headline-making interviews from Morgan include the November 2022 sit-down with Portuguese footballer Cristiano Ronaldo, the full version of which has had nearly 6 million views. The sports star opened up about the death of his newborn son, telling Morgan, "It was the most difficult moment that I've had in my life." His move to Talk TV was catalysed as Morgan made headlines in 2021 after leaving ITV breakfast show Good Morning Britain, following an on-air clash with weather presenter Alex Beresford over the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's interview with Oprah Winfrey. Morgan said that he didn't believe Meghan's claims from the headline making special, with his comments sparking more than 50,000 complaints, the most in Ofcom's history. The watchdog later ruled Good Morning Britain was not in breach of the broadcasting code over Morgan's comments. In 1994, at 29, he was appointed as the editor of the News of the World by Rupert Murdoch, and he went on to edit the Daily Mirror from 1995 to 2004. He appeared as a judge on America's Got Talent in the US in 2006, and also won the US celebrity version of The Apprentice in 2008, during which he appeared alongside Mr. Trump and later landed his show in the country on CNN, titled Piers Morgan Live. The programme, which regularly featured lively debates on topics such as gun control, ran from 2011 until 2014. The frustration for me has been continuing to create a TV format show when that's not how 95% of my audience is watching it, Morgan said of the switch from YouTube to the news website Semaphore. According to The Times, some interviews will continue to air on Talk TV, while a successor for the current schedule is found. Following a visit to his ailing father, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, talked about two of his greatest passions: his family and the Invictus Games, ABC News said. Following the news that his father, King Charles III, had cancer, the Duke recalled, "I jumped on a plane and went to go see him as soon as I could." The King's diagnosis was announced publicly on February the 5th. The Prince hadn't met his 75-year-old father since the King's coronation last May at Westminster Abbey. "I'll stop in and see my family as much as I can," Harry said, assuring that there'd be more visits to the UK in the near future, while accepting that families could be brought closer by such health concerns. While in Canada to promote the Invictus Games, the Prince said, "I love my family," reported ABC's Good Morning America. Prince Harry described Charles's illness as a factor that brought his family back together. He continued, "Throughout all of these families, I see it on a day-to-day basis, again the strength of the family unit coming together. So yeah, I believe that any illness, any sickness brings families together," he continued. "It keeps happening and that makes me extremely delighted." Founded 10 years ago, the Invictus Games is a Paralympic-style tournament for injured military personnel. Due to a tense relationship, Prince Harry didn't meet with his older brother Prince William, whose wife underwent abdominal surgery on January the 16th. That's all for now, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining, then don't forget to hit the like button below, and if you want to stay updated with more great content like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking the red button and just ringing the notification bell so you never miss any future content from us. Your support means the world.